And welcome to another episode of Lumberjack Garage. What you see behind me is the cheapest running and driving Dodge Cummins truck in the USA, and I bought it. Look at this beauty. Oof. That is all my coolant. Look at that.
I made a huge tiny mistake.
This is a 2002 Dodge Ram Cummins. It's a second gen 24 valve, the last year of the second gen, and it's not the HO because it's an automatic, but still they had a ton of power and a sweet engine. It's a Texas truck. This thing is completely rust free. Look at these rocker panels, cab corners. This thing is gorgeous, and it's got a flatbed. What? A flatbed with a gooseneck hitch? This engine, this was part of the package that I got with that 63 F100 we saved from the Crusher. So this is one of the engine, the spare engine that went with it. We got this truck running. We had to put it to work right away. This is the main reason everybody buys a Dodge truck, second gen, 24 valve. Look at this engine. I love this thing so much. Oh, it makes all the right sounds. You feel like you're driving a semi-truck. And I looked at all these plugs on the head and these frost plugs. To me, it looks like maybe this head's been rebuilt. This thing has just over 200,000 miles, but it runs like a top. In stock trim, these things are about 235 horse, around 460 foot-pounds of torque. This truck is all stock as far as I know. The only thing that is different is the exhaust. It's got about a 4-inch pipe from the downpipe all the way back, no muffler, just a straight pipe, which is why I love it. As you can tell, the hood is black. There is some problems with this truck. So I bought it based on pictures. It was an online auction, had about 5 pictures, and they said that it ran and drove. They said it had a front end damage. In the pictures, it appeared that the grill was kind of bent, the hood was kind of dented, this fender was dented, the bumper was kind of smashed in. Well, that's not that bad. So I watched it week after week after week. They kept trying to get so much money and nobody was buying it. It was in Texas, so I was watching it online. I knew a Texas truck is not going to be rusty. Look at this. This thing has got its Texas registration. Last time it was 2019. So it's probably been sitting for a little bit with the damage that it had. And it did physically run and drive. So after about 3 or 4 weeks, nobody was buying it. They were trying to get way too much money. The auctioneer finally said, "What will you pay?" And so I bid $2,500. And I won. I bought this truck for $2,500. Can you believe it? And look at these tires. BFGs. These tires are worth $2,500. Now the interior isn't perfect. Like I said, has a little over 200,000 miles, but the seats are nice. They're not tore. It's got a vinyl floor mat. Headliner's falling down just a little bit, you can tell. The biggest problem that all of these trucks have, cup holder. Cup holder is broken. We need to find a cup holder. These had the best cup holders. It was fully adjustable. You could put a big gulp. That's one of the things that Dodge advertised.
There's also a glove box, door mat pockets, and a retractable cup holder sized for coffee cups and big enough for the largest supersized cup.
This body style came out in the early 90s and they actually had cup holders. And Ford and Chevy, they had like 12-ounce can holders. Nobody thought of like the big gulp cup from 7-Eleven, but Dodge did.
Big gulp. 7-Eleven's Big Gulp. The big drink for a big thirst, our best value. Your favorite flavor poured over ice, fresh from the fountain, like you used to get it. You got a big thirst, get a big gulp at 7-Eleven.
And when this truck came out, it changed the truck world. I wanted one so bad, and now I finally have one for only $2,500. The other thing that was awesome about this year Dodge truck, they had an opening clamshell extended cab door. Look at this. And a full-size bench that an adult person could sit back here. I mean, you can sit somewhat comfortably. You can shut your own door. You can open it again, and you have your own window. Look at this. This window opens up. How's that for ventilation right there? Oh yeah, these trucks, they were the jam. I loved these so much. I can't tell you, I've wanted one for so many years in my life. To be fair, there are a few drawbacks with this truck. I actually bought it because I was going to do a Cummins swap and a Super Duty, and I thought, man, for $2,500 you can't even buy a running Cummins 24 valve or 12 valve hardly, so it's a no-brainer. But when this truck showed up, I realized it was way too nice to sell it for parts. Let's talk about this body damage. Now, as you can tell, there's a new AC condenser. There's a new transmission cooler. I did have to put an intercooler in it. I got it used from a local salvage yard. I had to put the radiator core support bar in. I had to put fenders on it. Now, the impact was on this side, and it was like a front sway. I had to put a bumper on it. The bumper did bend the frame horn, so it had to go to a frame shop. They pulled everything straight. In the accident, it didn't pop the right front tire, but it must have impacted the tire somehow, or the suspension or something. So I put a upper control arm, I put a spindle, I put new tie rod ends, new ball joints. The thing is perfectly square and straight. All the panel gaps are good. I had to buy a hood, I had to buy a radiator, and then I went to a junkyard to French Lake, and we got a radiator fan shroud, a fan, a few odds and ends. It had a really chintzy, like, cold air filter, so I bought a used factory air box. That's it. I mean, that's not a lot. There's a few things I got to do to the truck. I still need to get the hood painted. I basically just painted everything that I had to paint to bolt it together and make sure that it ran, because all this time I've had it, I've never really drove it because it was at the frame shop. I took it all apart, and as you can tell at Lumberjack Garage, we're always in the middle of like 5 different projects, so some of these things do take a little while to get back to them. I wanted to make sure it ran and drove good, and let me tell you, today we're going to put it to work. One of my customers, his vehicle broke down. It's a fairly heavy Mercedes SUV, so we're on our way now. We're going to load that up on the trailer, strap it down. We're going to see how this Dodge pulls. All right, this GL 450 weighs about 5,200 pounds. This trailer, it's got to weigh a couple thousand pounds. So you're at, what, 7,200 pounds? That's not like the max tow rating, but that's a pretty good load to see how this Dodge truck performs. It's not overloaded at all. Suspension seems fine. This has great brakes. Transmission shift's amazing, which is normally the weak spot with these trucks. Oh, listen to that thing roll. Come on. Let her eat. Oh, this is awesome. Like you're driving a semi-truck. Okay, so I had my purchase price. Then I had shipping. Then I had the frame shop. Then I had my parts. I'm all in on this truck about $6,500 as it is. Now, I know you can buy a good used Cummins for about $2,500 to $3,500, maybe cheaper where you are, but still, I feel like this truck was worth putting back together. And the fact that it runs and drives so beautifully, it really helps me feel like I made the right choice. Listen to this motor. This thing is one of the greatest trucks I've ever bought, especially for that price point. Now think about this. This is a customer's Mercedes. He bought it new, GL 450. It's loaded to the gills. It's a 08, super nice truck, right? The reason it's here is the steering rack went bad. It got towed to Mercedes. They gave him a bid to replace the steering rack, replace the power steering pump, $8,500 just to fix the steering. And I bought this entire truck, fixed it, and it's like amazing for like thousands of dollars less than just fixing the power steering on this car. Now, we're gonna fix this for the guy. We're gonna save him a ton of money, don't worry, but it's still gonna cost a whole lot to get this thing working. That's why I love this Dodge truck. This thing is so simple.
I've made a huge mistake.
Look at the giant puddle underneath the front of this truck. Crazy. Oof, that is all my coolant. Look at that. Just a lot of it. Can't stop, won't stop. Probably drove at least 300 miles. And I got to my last stop where I was unloading a trailer. I unloaded the trailer and I looked down and all my coolant was draining on the ground. Will was coming, and of course our trailer lights quit working because something happened with the plug. So then thankfully we have the handy dandy U-Haul emergency trailer lights, which we're gonna need to use on the way home. It is kind of cold. I was not prepared to be stranded. I just have my flannel shirt on, and that might not quite be enough. It worked out as good as you could expect if you were gonna break down somewhere. And it was really amazing that it happened in that parking lot. If that would have happened while I was driving, then I wouldn't have known it. I could have fried this engine today. That would have been brutal. Just remembered, this truck is too wide for the trailer. We're gonna have to run over the fenders. Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. You gotta see this. Line me up, but I think I'm gonna have to run over them. I just ruined the other fender. That's horrible. I honestly thought I would just drive on top of it. Oh, we just created a monster now. Because now it's jammed hard against the tire. Oh no. Oh, so stuck. I loaded it before on this trailer. Maybe I ran over that fender before. I thought this one would be strong enough. Oh no. I don't even have my toolbox. That's in the other truck. Oh. And now we can't even tow this trailer right now because it'll pop the tire. What are we gonna do? Do we have any blocks of wood? Do we have anything at all? We have some blocks of wood in the Dodge, don't we? Or no, did you take them out for the trailer?
I might have.
Okay, this is a front bumper bracket for the Dodge that I never installed yet. Yeah, you cannot even get your hand through here. This is less than ideal. Like if this was ideal, we're down here somewhere, like way down the left. Oh man, this is bad. I literally have used this truck, or this trailer, in the past. I used this exact trailer to haul this truck to the frame shop and to haul it home. I do think I drove over that fender, but that fender's so floppy. There, we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting it. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh my God. Okay. Well, now at least the trailer will drive. Man. I think we just cleaned everything out of the Excursion. We had some blocks of wood. I don't know if that would help us anyways, would it? We had some blocks of wood. What do we got, man? What is around here? If we found a pallet, I have this rudimentary tool. Maybe we could disassemble the pallet, stack up the wood, but then I still need to drive over the fender. Man. We're in a bind. That popped the tire for sure. I mean, I had one tire. Well, this tire I was watching was just about rubbing against this fender. And we're on that fender pretty big. I don't think it's gonna have to drive over a fender, won't it? That one does kind of crush down in a way. I'm not gonna try to drive over the fender. I'm gonna drive right up to the edge. This trailer's getting an upgrade. I need to put heavy duty fenders on here. First of all, they have to stay low profile though, because a lot of times cars, you know, the doors won't open if the fenders are too high. But we need like Bobcat heavy duty fenders that you can drive over and mount them low. This trailer, it's time. I better bend that one down too. There we go. There we go. I mean, honestly, Who even needs tools? You just need this thing. Just have this hanging around in your truck. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. Oh, that was no problem. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. I mean, I do not want to pop these tires. That would add insult to injury. These tires have got to be a couple $100 a piece. Oh boy. Oh, doggone it. Like, these fenders are already ruined, right? That had to help a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, move. Well, now we're crushing the tire again.
Back to where we started.
Oh, gee. Okay. We are not going to pop those tires, man. Oh my goodness. This radiator, the problem is it's manufactured a tiny bit off. Like, physically fits perfect, but look at here. The petcock is touching the intercooler, and I don't know, it must have just vibrated or something enough that it popped the petcock loose, and of course you can't turn it, and it basically popped it out. So, oh, they're completely out. So now we've ruined both fenders. Ooh, oh my goodness, it chewed it a little bit though, didn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, it's good they're heavy duty BFGs. Hey, thanks for coming and getting me though, Will.
Yeah.
Okay, so far that's fine. This thing got crushed back again. We're good. Oh, I'm gonna have to put fenders on this trailer. You know what we really ought to do? Send it out, get it sandblasted. It's looking really lousy anyways. We should sandblast it, get some heavy duty fenders and repaint it, put new rims on it. It's time to fix this trailer up. I'm gonna go wash my hands full of coolant, or I'll lick it. I'll wash it. Now we have no working lights, and we have 2 broken fenders, and we have a broken truck. And it's late, but at least we have a trusty Excursion. This thing is a monster. No issues at all. It'll tow it, no problem. So I got this from 5 Star Tuning, and it's pretty slick. So it gave me a hot tune, a fuel economy tune, and a tow tune. I'm gonna go to the tow tune right here. The fuel economy tune made a big difference in my fuel mileage. This has 33s, so obviously it's not gonna get the best fuel economy. This makes a big difference though with towing, firms up your shifts. There we go. We're done. Free flow muffler, a few things to just try to unlock as much power as we can. So what do you say, Will? Let's get out of here. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Lumberjack Garage, where I am digging out from a hole that got created yesterday, or probably a month ago. Now, I did put a new radiator and all new coolant, but it sure looks dirty. Ugh, that looks horrible. Goodness gracious. doesn't really even look like coolant. That's never good. This is basically like pipe thread. It's made of plastic. This will not ever work in this radiator. Now, remember kids, how we were trying to clean out the hippie van. We're trying to clean out our shop, right? But it's not perfectly clean yet. So, there sometimes is a benefit to never cleaning up your stuff. Namely, these are boxes I've filled with stuff that I can move with my forklift. Okay, this bolt bin right here. The original bolt bin. This has been in our family, passed down from generation to generation. But what I'm looking for is a fitting. Let's say this guy right here. This might be the one I'm looking for. You kind of have an idea of where stuff is, hopefully. If it's, I know, you look at this and you're like, it's full of junk, just throw it all away. I know, but if I threw it all away, if I needed this, so I'm going to compare thread pitch, this might be my solution for the radiator drain. So there you go, boys and girls. That's why sometimes you do not throw everything away. This is all part of the testing process. When you get a vehicle that you haven't ever driven before and you're getting ready to try to use it again. Just for kicks, we'll check the oil. Man, for a diesel, that oil is so clean. Oil's great. Welcome to Minnesota, where it's actually a little bit chilly and I had to break out the old jacket. So, I was gonna have to pick this thing up on a trailer and I realized I have destroyed my trailer enough with this truck. So we're gonna try to get it running right here, right now. So especially on a new vehicle that you're just starting to drive, you have no history with, you should never run it to empty on the old fuel gauge. But I did it to 1/8 of a tank. Fuel light went on. I'm like, you know what? I have a fuel station right next to my shop. But I decided, I'm gonna get fuel tomorrow. As I'm waiting for the light to turn green, boom, runs out of fuel. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe something broke. So I'm loosening this banjo bolt right here. I don't know how loose. Let's try to run the pump again. I'm assuming at some point fuel should be leaking out of there. Pump is running. Come on, baby. I mean, I think she was completely empty. It had no fuel pressure left. Might have to do this several times. I don't know. That's got to be loose enough. I guess we'll do it a couple more times. It's kind of weird because I want to instinctively just crank. I want to do like just crank and crank and crank. Maybe something else is wrong with it. Because gosh, this pump is not moving much fuel. Yeah, we got no fuel. Okay. So I got Mrs. Lumberjack here. She is helping me out. Nothing's more fun than being flat-toed by your spouse, who is very helpful, but doesn't do this kind of stuff. So I'm already trying to come up with a game plan for flat toe. It's not my favorite spot, but she'll work. I'm gonna call her so I can be on the phone. Hey, are you ready?
I can see it.
We are. Go. Now I get to turn. Oh, come on. These are great.
What?
It's a lot to turn this truck without power steering. Keep her going. You keep going. Go ahead. Go. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go. You just keep going and I'll keep the strap tight. Just go. Just go. Let's go. There you're going. Now it's working.
Hey, there's an eagle.
Huh?
My spirit animal. Eagle's flying by.
An eagle. Oh my gosh.
No.
Just like watching the birds in nature at this point. You're doing great. Are we gonna have to wait?
Looks like it.
Probably
yeah.
wait a little bit. Okay, I'll keep slowing you down.
There's just that one. Oh, just. I think we can go into this truck.
Okay, I'm holding tension. You turn to the left. Turn to the left. Get in. Go in. Go in. Okay. Wow. Yeah, just
You know
how about
what?
stop? How
I
about
just
stop?
need to
How
do
about
that,
stop?
buddy.
How about stop?
What do you want me to do?
Just back up a touch. I'm gonna have to unhook the strap. Maybe just floor it. How about that?
Are you talking smack to me?
No, no, just.
You know what? I'm gonna pull you back on the freeway, buddy.
Now we get to push it. I was looking for a touch of momentum, but this strap was too long. It probably wouldn't have worked anyways.
I come and try to save you and I get no respect.
You get respect. That's it.
There you go, my lady.
To the curb, please.
To the curb.
That was a fun Saturday morning.
Kelly's towing service.
That's the kind of dates I take you on.
You're so romantic. So romantic.
Okay, here we go.